What's up, Timmy's here. Since Dakota Fanning is in the new series this week called Or Her Fault on Peacock, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Dakota Fanning films. Because I've always liked Dakota Fanning. I've always found her to be a pretty good actress. Obviously, she started her career out, as a child actress. Still remember her in The Cat in the Hat and all. And her sister are both really talented. So, here is my official top 10 favorite Dakota Fanning films. Now, I actually did this list back in 2019, but I decided to do an updated version. So, here's my list. Alright, number 10 is Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web, of course, is a live action remake of the animated show, of the animated film based on a very popular book as well. And it is about this pig named Wilbur who befriends a spider named Charlotte, who uses her web to save him from slaughter and all. And of course, you do got Julia Roberts who voiced Charlotte. You got other voices like Steve Buscemi is in this. But of course, here you got Dakota Fanning who plays Fern, who's the farm girl who of course saves Wilbur's life and all. And it's a really nice friendship about about human and animal connection as well. And it's really charming. The magical stuff is really great. It's a really wonderful film. Is it as good as the animated one from like the 1970s? Obviously not. But the live action version, from Nickelodeon Films, still holds up. It's holy cow, this movie turns 20 next year. Just wrap your heads around that one. Alright. Coming in at number 9 is Very Good Girls. Now, Very Good Girls is actually directed by the mother of Jake Gyllenhaal and Maggie Gyllenhaal, and it stars Dakota Fanning and Elizabeth Olsen as two best friends who makes a pact to lose their virginity before college, only to fall for the same guy played by Dwight Holberg. And you do got the likes of Demi Moore's in this one, Richard Dreyfuss. Who else was in this one? Oh yeah, Clark Gregg's even in this. It's a really nice, remarkable film. I love the chemistry with Fanning and Olsen. They both play off each other very well. It's a really good film there. Alright. Number 8 is War of the Worlds. Now, this movie also is obviously directed by Steven Spielberg. Starring Tom Cruise. Dakota Fanning, of course, plays Tom Cruise's youngest daughter, Rachel, who is terrified but strong-willed Dora. And Dakota really plays her part very well. She even got a Critics' Choice Award for her performance. Well deserved there. It's a really wonderful performance. She's probably one of her better performances she's done. You definitely see the terrifying in her and stuff. And, the father and daughter chemistry with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning is excellent. And I really enjoyed War of the Worlds, the 2005 one, obviously. The one that we just had with Ice Cube, yeah, we don't talk about that. But the Tom Cruise one is much better than most people give a crap for. Alright, number 7 is Man on Fire. Man on Fire, of course, is directed by the late, great Tony Scott, starring Denzel Washington as the CIA operative who becomes a bodyguard of this young girl in Mexico, only for her to be kidnapped and all. And Dakota Fanning plays the role of Peter Ramos, who is very kind-hearted, a girl who brings warmth and purpose life here. And Dakota Fanning and Denzel Washington, who of course they both will go on to work together again, 20 years later for the Equalizer 3. They really play off each other well. It's a really intriguing film, really wonderful there. Alright, number 6 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, she doesn't really have much screen time, but she is an interesting character here. Dakota Fanning's character of Squicky Fromme, who is obviously based on a real life family member, and she is very squeaky and chilling and calm and all, and her presence is very messed up throughout. I mean, of course, it's where Brad Pitt obviously Caesar, and obviously she's using the Bruce Dern character, and yeah, Dakota Fanning really play the part very well. And obviously, they did not really go much about her true story because in real life, the real life person that Dakota Fanning plays Ashley tried to take out President. So yeah, very. They totally obviously change up every like true story stuff in this and all. But still, it is a really like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Definitely one of my favorite films of that year. It is incredible. I just adore it so much. And it's a really good one. All right, five is Dreamer, inspired by a true story. Now this stars Dakota Fanning as Kate Craney, or Kale, who is a spirited and determined girl who believes in horses and her father, and when like no one else does. And she would like it's of course where this like horse trainer and his daughter nurse an injured race horse back to health and all. It is a really nice true story film. Dakota Fanning, Kurt Russell's really good in this. It's a really wonderful, remarkable film. That's well worth a watch. Chris Christopherson is in this one as well. It's a really good one. All right, number four is I can say the one that was like one of her first like for real into adulthood really, and that is The Runaways. Yeah, obviously beforehand she was always known as a child actor and all. This was I guess say her first major grown up role she did. And really showcased that she was not just that child star anymore. Like she definitely had some massive acting abilities as an adult. And The Runaways is a biopic about the girl rock band The Runaways, led by Joan Jett and Sherry Curry. And here you got Dakota Fanning who plays Sherry Curry, who's the teenager singer dressed into like fame, drugs, and stuff. And she really is so fierce in this one. Her chemistry with Kristen Stewart, Joan Jett's great. Micah Shannon's also good in this one. It's such a really good film. Really intriguing. Really showcase on who Joan Jett and Sherry Curry is, and really also showcase her musical side as well. It's such a really good one there. All right, number three is Leica's Coraline. Of course, here you got Dakota Fanning, who voices the Tyra character of Coraline Jones, who's an adventurous, curious, defiant, earning the attention for her distracted parents here. And Dakota really voices the character perfectly. She really captures like Coraline's mix of innocence, bravery. Coraline is just a really wonderful, one of Leica's best work in my opinion. It is really intriguing. Of course, from Henry Selick, who gave us Nightmare Before Christmas, James John Peach, and all. And yeah, Coraline is a really wonderful one. All right, number two is I Am Sam. I Am Sam, of course, stars Sean Penn as Sam Dawson, who's a man with disability who fights for custody for his daughter. And the father and daughter chemistry with Dakota Fanning and Sean Penn is excellent. She really does try to help out her father really well. And I mean, she literally started at the age of 7 when she did this, and probably one of the best performances of a child actor, in my opinion. It's just a really wonderful film. I mean, it didn't really get the best reviews or anything, but I still thought I Am Sam is excellent. I mean, the moment, of course, where Sean Penn is, reading Green Eggs and Ham to Dakota Fanning is a really touching moment there. All right. And number one is Uptown Girls. I love Uptown Girls. This was one of like I could say one of the movie like one of Dakota Fanning's breakout role. Or oh no, I think I Am Sam was her breakout role. But one of the other few films that really put her on the map. She also did, if I'm not mistaken, she also did The Cat in the Hat the same year as well. So yeah, Uptown Girls of course stars the late great Brittany Murphy as a socialite named Molly Gunn, who loses her inheritance and takes a job as a nanny to make ends meet and all. And Dakota Fanning plays the young girl that she looks after, Ray, who is a child raised by a care focused mother here. And I really quite like the chemistry with Brittany Murphy and Dakota Fanning. They really play off each other very well, and definitely they were even ended up like staying friends until the end of until the tragic passing of Brittany Murphy. And Dakota Fanning will always tell you that she still always remembers Murphy, and Brittany Murphy was just excellent in this one. I mean, she was wonderful. Dakota Fanning was great. It is a really wonderful film. Donna Faison's also in this as well. I mean, I really quite like Uptown Girls. It's such a really good one. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, Charlotte's Web. 9, Very Good Girls. 8, War of the Worlds. 7, Man on Fire. 6, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. 5, Dreamer. 4, The Runaways. 3, Coraline. 2, I Am Sam. And number 1 is Uptown Girls. Now, there's a few other ones I could have added as well. Let's see. Trap, that she did with Charlize Theron. Sweet Home Alabama, she was in. The Cat in the Hat, which I'm always a defender of the Cat in the Hat movie. I don't care what anyone says. The Cat in the Hat is a masterpiece in my opinion. Let's see. Hide and Seek with Robert De Niro. That's actually more better than most people give a crap for. Hound Dog. The Secret Life of Bees. Who remembers Push? The one that she did with Chris Evans. Not a great film, but it was alright. Obviously, she was in the Twilight movies, starring with New Moon. The Motel Life. Every Secret Thing that she did with Elizabeth Banks. Brimstone. Please Stand By is a really good little film if you guys ever seen that. Viana and the Fontaines, The Watchers, which is more better than most people give a crap for. Vicious was terrible. That came out last month. That movie's awful. Now on the TV side, she had some good stuff too. Like she appeared on Ally McBeal, ER, Kim Possible, A Stitch in Time, Friends, The Perfect Couple, Ripley, the First Lady. She's always really talented. Anyway, let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Dakota Fanning films? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Sire.